Hello everybody, not a very familiar setting for me, as you can tell. I am actually recording this on my phone. We've got a few technical things at the minute. My camera is out of use once again, so there's been a few people asking me for a preview for tomorrow's game. So just to get it out there as quickly and as efficiently as I can, I will be doing it in this setting. Don't worry. These are pink sheets. They're not red. I know 90% of you will comment on that, but you got the Leeds stuff in the background, so there we go. Leeds United versus Crystal Palace tomorrow night at Ellen Road. Huge game. And before I start, if you want to get a full detailed breakdown of the game tomorrow, please go and check out the debrief. It is now available on Spotify and iTunes. The debrief is a show that myself, KG and Brownie do every Sunday/Monday with fixture congestion. It has been Sunday this week, and we will be doing double episodes this week. Wednesday at 8 p.m. will be our next live schedule. So go check that out. If you just want to watch the video, it's there on our, it's there on the YouTube channel, but also you can pick it up audio. I know a lot of you guys were requesting that. 6,500 views on that so far in a 92-minute episode. So thank you so much for that. Okay, let's get on to the main stuff. I mean, we discussed it yesterday with regards to Leeds and what we need to do and what we don't need to do with this game. We are playing a team who, for me, are one of the shining lights in this division, yet they are only, 3-4 points ahead of us. I think Vieira has brought an identity, a philosophy to Crystal Palace, and I think there's an enjoyment what Crystal Palace fans are having at this moment in time when they're viewing the side. A really good side doing what the boss has brought in, in terms of a different philosophy, and I think that's something that we're severely lacking. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of youth, there's a lot of pressing, there's a lot of quality. Odsonne-Edouard came up in the summer. Obviously, Conor Gallagher being the main man you'll see on the thumbnail, who is going to press the hell out of Calvin Phillips, which is going to have to be something Calvin's going to look out for. He lost the battle against Conor Gallagher against Charlton at the Valley in Bielsa's first year. He then lost out to Conor Gallagher, in my personal opinion, in the Swansea 1-0 win, the iconic Leeds United win, where Conor Gallagher was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. I expect the same thing tomorrow, him being the best player on the pitch. Leeds came close to signing the Chelsea loanee, and he's just a fabulous football player. 3 assists this season, 4 goals, tremendous numbers to say he's played 13 games. The efficiency of the guy is extremely good, and he's going to be a massive, massive danger man tomorrow. As I mentioned, Odsonne-Edouard, already 3 goals for the new signing. And then you've got players like Michael Elise who've come in. I don't expect Elise to start tomorrow. Maybe they'll start a more pressy player, maybe Jordan Ayew, or maybe you'll get Zaha veering over to the other side or switching. I know that the wingers do like to switch on this Crystal Palace side through the game, which is quite pragmatic. But they've got a whole host of players, a new backline in Mark Guehi, who was fantastic for Swansea last year, and of course Joachim Andersen, who did go down with Fulham, but he was one of their shining lights, really. Mitchell at left back as well, very, very underrated in the Premier League. And listen, they've got talent across the pitch now, and they were sort of stagnated under Roy Hodgson, but under Patrick Vieira, as I keep on saying, they seem to have found themselves a little bit, and the fans must be excited watching Palace. I watched them against Manchester City, and they were fantastic, well worthy of the win at the Etihad. Not only did they just played the game completely right in terms of managing Manchester City. They defended very, very well, but they counter-attacked really, really well. And you'll ask any Manchester City fan, and Palace deserved it on the day. They didn't turn in and just, defend and defend like teams do when they normally go to the Etihad. But they actually picked the moments, and they were fantastic. I watched that game, and I've watched 2 or 3 of Palace's games this season. The 3-0 earlier on this season against Tottenham Hotspur, and they're frightening when they go forward. Absolutely frightening. They've got threats everywhere. Benteke's been on form this year. I believe he's got 3 or 4 goals as well. So yeah, there might be 4 points ahead of us, and we might be quite close to them. But for me, there's big differentials in the performances, and what you've got to see for me is the fact that we might be 3 points off, we might be 4 points off, whatever, but the performances of Crystal Palace are way above the performances of Leeds United now, and that's the big gap. That's the big mind me gap moment. There's still fans talking about us being 6-7 points off Europe, and whilst that's true, it's completely out of context. The performances from Leeds United haven't been good enough, and they're still not good enough. When we do perform, it's in halves. And our game management this season has been absolutely woeful. Taking the lead 5 times this season out of 13 games and not been able to keep hold of the lead. So lots of stuff for Leeds to work on, but it's a must not lose. I think it's a must win. A lot of you guys might disagree with that, and I think that's to protect your Leeds United ego, to be quite honest with you. And I get it. We had a conversation about it on the debrief last night. Here's a scenario. Leeds United go the whole month of December without winning a game. Dose of reality. That is probably going to happen. We're playing 4 of the top sides in Europe at the minute, including Arsenal in that. And 3 of the sides are away from home. So there's a 95% possibility Leeds United will not pick up a point in December. Then we go into a run of games in January. January the 2nd, we play Burnley, which is now I'm looking long term. I'm not looking at short term. And I'm looking at that Burnley game and thinking that is going to be an absolutely monumentally important game. So Burnley, for me, have got favourable fixtures, more favourable fixtures in December than Leeds have. Norwich have got more favourable fixtures in December than Leeds have. Newcastle have more favourable fixtures in December than Leeds United have. So, in my opinion, we will be in the bottom 3 in January, early January, late December, just based on the games that we have. You're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12 points on offer, and I don't think we'll pick any points up, but I think teams around us will pick up points, as we've consistently seen throughout these sort of last 3 or 4 weeks, really, where teams are able to be pragmatic against the big clubs. I don't feel, from what I've seen, we will be pragmatic against the big clubs. I think we're going to go gung-ho again. I think there's going to be no real tactical idea, which it seems to be what it is at the minute, in terms of Llorente playing right back, Dallas playing central mid, Strout playing centre mid, and then left back, and then it just seems all disjointed at the minute, and there's no real plan. And it seems Bielsa's being reactive to the opposition instead of being proactive with our starting 11. So I do see us being in the bottom 3 by January, and I will come out and say that. It's the first time I have said that on the channel. So it's all about reacting to that. And the reason I keep bringing this up in the December run is because it's these next 2 games. This next week could define Leeds United's season, because if we were to lose the next 2 games, it's a sorry state for the club. But if we're to pick up points in the next 2 games, it's brilliant, and this could kickstart our season. With Bamford and Ayling coming back, which is brilliant, which is absolutely brilliant. So this could go very right. This could go very well with Bamford coming back and Ayling coming back, playing for the 23s tonight. But it also could go very wrong in terms of picking up a point, or even picking up 4 points against these 2. I think it needs to be 6. And I think last season we'd have looked at these 2 and said that there were 6 points altogether. So we need to go into this game with confidence. The manager needs to get the lineup right. And listen, no one's exempt from criticism. There seems to be a lot of Bielsa bashing at the minute. I am not Bielsa out. I want Bielsa to stay, obviously. I don't think you should be Bielsa out. I think it's a little bit short-sighted. I'm sure I'll get dislikes for that, but I think this is his, as I said last night on the debrief, it's his first moment of adversity, really. And they've got to come out of it on the other side. Leeds cannot get relegated. It'd be absolutely cataclysmic for the club. So we need to be more proactive in terms of the lineup. I'm not sure he knows his best 11 at the minute, even when he's got players available to him. A nigh on full strength 11 aside from Bamford and Ayling. He seems to still be putting players in random positions, which I don't fully understand. So there'll be a lot of eyes on Marcelo's lineup tomorrow against Palace, and he's got to get it right. He has to get it right, because they've got threat from absolutely everywhere, goals from everywhere as well. And where Brighton don't have goals, Palace do have goals. And if we are giving up chances like we were giving up in the first half against Brighton, where we should have been 3 or 4-0 down, Palace will take that, and it could turn very, very ugly very, very quickly. So it's all about the lineup. It's all about players turning up as well. It's not just on Bielsa and him picking a certain lineup. It's about the players who are picked coming out and really dying for the shirt, because these next 2 are vital in the Leeds United calendar going forward. As I said, going into a Burnley game on the 2nd of Jan, 1st of Jan, wherever it is, and for us potentially to be in the bottom 3, facing a Burnley side who are used to this relegation scrap, is a scenario I don't want to be in. And if Leeds are able to pick up 6 points now, there is a possibility that we might not be near the relegation zone, or be in the relegation zone, I should say, which is positive. And my view of us being in the bottom 3 is because personally I don't think we will pick up 6 points in these next 2 games. But if we were to, I don't think Leeds will be in the relegation zone. I think the pressure would be on Burnley when those fixtures are turned around in the back end of December, January months, where Leeds can pick up some points. But I think looking ahead to Burnley is one of those where, you know, it's a realistic standpoint, if I'm honest with you, because I think December's just going to be a write-off from what I've seen at the minute. I've seen no encouragement from what I've seen with this 11, and you know, we're against the top clubs in the country, the top clubs in the world at the minute. So yeah, a dose of realism probably on this chat. But I'm listen, if Leeds can get a win, the whole conversation changes, and then we can go on to beat Brentford at the weekend. The whole conversation changes, which is something that we need to bear in mind and would be fruitful and be massively positive for Leeds United, because we need something at the minute. We need an injection, and home games. You know, you look at West Ham this year. Yeah, we lost the game, and this is the problem. We played well, but we lost. Leicester, we should have won the game, but we didn't. Wolves, we should have won the game, but we didn't. But the performances are better at home, and I think we've seen that so far. The performances have been much better at home. So let's hope that Leeds United can go into this, quell the threats, nullify the threats, and get a win. And then we can build on Saturday and get a win, where I will be there and cheering the boys on. So, yeah, listen, I still think it's going to be a really, really tough game for Leeds. Get your comments in the section below. What do you make of what I've said? What are your predictions, guys? And apologies for the setting. Apologies for the microphone. It is, unfortunately, 3 videos in 3 days, so it does compromise your time a little bit. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get your comments in the section below. As I said, I'll see you in a bit.